number of the industrial spaces. One that we love is water. We have backed and been involved in companies that look at fiber optic monitoring, inline monitoring of pipelines, buried pipelines that you have no idea what's happening in that asset. And if it breaks, you have a massive rupture and disruption to not only the asset base, which is invisible to people, and be able to do alerts. And then take it one step further and prescribe corrective action and maintenance before things break. That becomes very powerful. So how you play with big companies like GE that make really expensive iron, you go and figure out how to make that run more efficiently.
So in your particular
I've been in the security industry for many years now, and one of the things that is very unique about the B2B businesses, business to business, is that this community always has had a leading role. And so to have those entrepreneurs, have those VCs, have those angel investors sort of bring their background and identify the top 50 companies every year, that says a lot. Especially when you're a small company and you're trying to get every attention possible. I'm sure lots of companies here are trying to get the same level of attention. It is very heartwarming. So again, I thank you. Let me just say a few words about what FireEye is so that you get a sense of why we were chosen and perhaps why we are very disruptive. I think you can sort of go around this room and get a sense of the exciting times we live in today. We are all sort of, I'm sure, have personal devices whose compute power is more than the compute power that was available to us back when we were graduating from our undergrad, right? We're watching HDMI or full HD movies, online. We are increasingly moving applications into the cloud. All of this is sort of the positive side of the innovation that we are creating as individuals, as startups, as companies. But this also has a dark side. This also has a dark side. And without belaboring the point, I'm sure as you get up every day, these days you hear about the targets of the world, right? You hear about Chinese having had the opportunity to replicate a fighter plane that it took US years to develop. But I think Keith Alexander, the former director of NSA, said it really well. He said, the biggest theft of wealth in the history of humankind is being conducted today. And it's being conducted not by kinetic force, but it is being conducted by cyber force. By stealing what you all are developing by years of effort, people are coming in and stealing that intellectual property, stealing credit cards as we've seen in the case of Target. It is that problem that we at FireEye are trying to address. The $20 billion that security industry spends every year, it's not able to protect the kinds of targeted attacks that we see today. That's the opportunity we see at FireEye. That is why we believe we are disrupting an entire industry, and that's the opportunity that you have to admire someone from the TiE group to have recognized years in advance. So thank you for your attention, and thank you again, TiE members.
Alchemies, Nectar, and Pearl Therapeutics. Sarbajna co-founded Pearl in 2006, assembled its management team, and put together its operating plan to develop differentiated inhaled combinations for globally prevalent respiratory illnesses. Pearl raised $167 million in 3 rounds of venture financing from 2007 to 2012, and progressed a dual bronchodilator combination into phase 3 clinical testing in less than 6 years. Pearl is now a thriving group company of AstraZeneca following a $1 billion acquisition in June 2013. Pearl is a 3-time TiE 50 Top Startup Award winner, a Red Herring North America as well as Global Top 100 finalist, a Drug Delivery Partnership Innovation Award winner, a Fierce 15 biotech company, and a Fierce Biotech Top 15 Venture Deal Maker. Sarbajna was recently chosen as a finalist for 2014 Ernst & Young Northern California Entrepreneur of the Year. Prior to his industrial career, Sarbajna conducted award-winning research in pharmaceutical sciences at the University of British Columbia in Canada and was trained in basic pharmaceutics in Banaras Hindu University in India. Sarbajna is a TiE Silicon Valley charter member, an advisor to several emerging companies, and a mentor to entrepreneurs.
Boy, that was long. And I thought I had written something short. Well, thank you so much for the honor, for the respect. Pearl Therapeutics is a company made up of scientists. I am a scientist, I'm a pharmaceutical scientist. I became an entrepreneur to pursue a scientific mission. It was never an entrepreneurial mission. And we are all grateful at Pearl for TiE to have chosen us 3 times for TiE 50 award out of 4 years. And the only year we didn't make it was because we didn't apply. And then we started applying again when Ram complained that why didn't you apply last year? Also float too. It's just like dandelions. If you walk around on a golf course or on a meadow, you will see dandelions. You know, there's a light umbrella-like element and the dense seed. And when those dandelions land at the destination, the umbrella disappears, the seed does its job. Exactly the same thing with pearl particles. The drug crystals do their job in the airways, and the light particles that we have engineered, they just dissipate into the local milieu. with this simple premise, we started the company back in 2007. Yesterday, 7 years ago, was our first financing, $15.5 million. We put a team together. We put a team of about 50 scientists in over a 6-year period. We raised $167 million, and we advanced 3 medicines, 2 of them individual drugs, and third one was a combination of the first 2. And these 3 medicines, putting them together in a construct that meant 10 clinical trials in the 6-year time frame. That's faster than fast when it comes to industry standards. As a result of that, last year, this time, we were getting ready to start about a 3,000 patient phase 3 clinical trial. And in about 4 weeks from now last year, AstraZeneca came in, made an offer for 1.15 billion, not 1 billion, last year. That 150 million is meaningful. 120 people. Every single soul that was at the deal time is still with us. We are still continuing to grow. By the end of this year, we'll be 3 times as big a company. We now have, instead of those 3 products, roughly 6 products in development. We had 167 million raised in the first 6 years. In the last 12 months, we have added another 400 million to it through AstraZeneca resources. It's just exciting times, seeing our products on their way to reaching patients, which is really the mission with which the company was started.
To the advancement of entrepreneurship. Vish is Silicon Valley's past president. Vish serves as an advisor to Silicon Valley Center for Entrepreneurship at College of Business, San Jose State University.
So, I'm doing a double duty here. First of all, the third, the blockbuster exit winner is a company called Rubicon Project. And unfortunately, the co-founder, the CTO, could not be here. And because it was a company that my firm Clearstone funded, so Ram asked me to, why don't I just step into the plate and at least tell their story in about maybe a couple minutes, okay? So let me tell you about the Rubicon Project, first of all. Those of you who are 30 years and younger here, please take note. This entrepreneur, young entrepreneur, he was 30 years old 7 years ago. Name was Frank Adante. Frank has already been a sequential entrepreneur. He has already had 4 companies under his belt. He has been constantly behind this program, seen 20,000 companies, and now, including tonight's 50 winners, there are 300 companies have won TiE50 award. This is the one program that I don't think there's any parallel to that. So Ram, congratulations on that amazing job, man. Thank you. So now understand that. So he also has a day job. Okay, so he had to earn some money. So let me tell you.
27 different countries, and of course, it didn't start all in the beginning. The third year was when we really took off. Then we got amazing traction. So a little over 2,800 companies were screened this year to curate and shortlist 350 companies, and deep domain expert screening committee pared that down to 100 unbelievable finalists. So some of you guys saw these finalists present today, and in my opinion, any one of those finalists are like a winner, in my opinion. So this whole thing about coining the
award-winning Global Entrepreneur Program delivered over 120,000 mentors to help startups and entrepreneurs expand and grow. Under her leadership, IBM won awards from BAR Business, Exchange Excellence, and Forrester ISV Partner Program. Prior to her current position, Sandy was IBM Vice President, Social Business Evangelism and Sales, responsible for setting the direction for IBM's Social Business Initiative, a $200 billion market opportunity. In that role, she led the team to 4 years of #1 market share per IDC. A recognized leader in social business, Sandy is an award-winning author of 3 books, including best-selling Get Bold, which has been translated into 9 languages. She is recognized as a thought leader on social media and named Top 10 Inc. He is the co-author and driving force behind Fiber Channel, an evolutionary technology that enables the development of a multi-million-dollar industry based on storage area networks and holds several patents in Fiber Channel technology. Kumar's philanthropy in the field of education extends from digital learning centers in rural India under America India organizations.
Being this because I didn't prepare for him, but I thought I know everything about him. He's a PhD from Cornell, an amazing gentleman, great human being. He has founded and took into fruition many nonprofits. He is so respected in this Silicon Valley, and he to just name a few, he's one of the co-founders of TiE at Silicon Valley, and then the global network of TiE, basically, obviously evolved out of that. And then he founded American Indian Foundation, AIF, which is now an incredible organization, supports about 59 nonprofits all over the world, raising over $100 million so far. Then we have India Community Center, the founder of India Community Center with a few others, and that's another incredible organization. That's just to name a few. So I'm not going to waste too much time with him. You know, everybody knows him, most of you know him. And I'd like to start the award ceremony really quickly. Venk Shukla, I'd like you guys to not forget the man behind this incredible conference, the chairman of TiECon 2014, the president of TiE Silicon Valley. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for him. And I'd like Venk also to come on the stage and stand. I'd like Venk, some of these guys don't know who you are, so show your face. I hope not, but I'm just making sure everybody sees it. So now we're going to get started with the award ceremony and all of the finalists.
Next is Walk Me Inc. Next is Clara Local. Clara Inc. Housing. Sir. Sideband Networks. Results.com. Paystand Inc. And those are our 10 internet winners. Throw motion. Espresso Logic. Pong Research Corporation. Altia Systems. Smart Monitor. Lab Site. SenseTech. Vigilant, Vigian Labs Innovations, Tie Roper,